Good morning, cyber friends. It's Man coming back at you from Walks of Music. Yet another word for today, Sunday morning edition. And we give God all the glory and honor for life, health, and strength. For as well as it is, we just wanted to say this morning, we give also honor to the cyber friends. You know who you are. My topic this morning, being early Sunday morning, getting ready to get out of here to go to the house of prayer, perform the duties of minister of music, to make everything as best as I can possibly make it with the power the Lord has given me in the knowledge of music to perform the duties that I've been employed to do. Matter of fact, the topic is power under control. I wanted to let you know something, people, that when you got power, anything that's powered, if it gets out of control, can be disastrous. But power under control, that's what I want to talk about just a little while this morning. And that is humbleness. Humbleness is just power up under control. It never ceases to amaze me how sometimes, and I don't know who I'm talking to this morning other than myself, but I know that there's others that may fall into the same category. You see, some will not let it down. They will not let you, in other words, Jesus said a prophet is not without honor except for with his own, in his own hometown, in his own country, amongst his own people. So we automatically expect to get certain things, and people are never going to let you live it down. Jesus could do no great work in Nazareth because the only thing they saw him as it was the carpenter's son. That's why he couldn't do too much in Nazareth. But down in Capernaum, he did his great. That could be considered Jesus' main headquarters with Capernaum. But nevertheless, I wanted to say something this morning too. I don't know who I'm talking to other than me, but I know that there are a lot of people that may fall under this category, male and female. Do not worry when people try to belittle you. Don't worry about that. You keep your head up and do the work that God has set before you. Because, see, first of all, it is God that raises people and God makes low. There's no authority given except it comes from God. So now, once you've been given authority and power by God, you don't need to be accepted by a man. No male or no female, and no girl or boy, nobody can tell you or can dictate to you who you are. And you should not let that diminish your function as your whatever that you might be performing in, whether that be a school teacher or a police officer, fireman, a doctor, lawyer, whatever it might be. In my case, a musician. You got pastors and teachers and preachers and different kind of leaders and whatnot. They all take an anointing, and when you have this anointing, you're automatically going to get people to rise up out of the woodwork because they, for whatever reason it might be, they fear your assignment. They fear your anointing, and therefore they're going to try to keep you, to make you look low in your own sight. But remember, when Moses, they got ready to go into the promised land, Moses sent the spies into the promised land. And when they came back, 10 had a bad report, but only two, Joshua and Caleb, had a good report of how they saw themselves. They said, we are well able. So let me give you, everyone, a word in due time. If God has called you, then you are well equipped, because God does not call you and don't equip you. So whatever your function is, believe that you know that God has equipped you with it. Now, that's the way to talk to anybody, people. That's the way. Power under control. You need to be humble. Humble does not mean you're weak. Meekness is not weakness. Meekness is strength under control. That's all it is. So don't you let anybody sway you away from being meek. Remain humble. Remain little in your own sight, and God will keep lifting you up. But just be certain, and I'm going to give y'all just a little advice from what Man does. I'm like this. Now, you can say what you will. I may not challenge you what you talk about. You might say I'm this or that. I may not even comment on it. But I guarantee you I'm going to continue to do what I know is right. And you're not going to get me to go with you when you are wrong. And if I am in control, I know how to stop you. Oh yeah, I know how to stop, because you're not going to get me to go no further than what the Lord requires. This is strength that's on the control. So with that being said, many man, I don't know who I'm talking to this morning other than myself, but just remember, stay humble. But strength under control. Meekness is not weakness, people. Let me tell you something. You can get yourself in a lot of trouble. You keep fooling with and messing with children of God and messing with God's anointing. You do not do that, because they won't have to fight their battle. God will fight their battle for them. So I'm just letting, I don't know who I'm talking to this morning, but if you are going against the grain, and then you're going up against spiritual authority, I advise you, Middleman warns you, please stop it, because you can get you're getting in deep water that you may not can get out of, because you do not go against God's anointing, and you do not do that. That's a no-no. So we're just saying that whatever you get into, if God's not in it, it's best you come out of it, because it's going to come to nothing. And believe it, if God has blessed someone, you cannot curse him. So it's best you leave him alone. This is Middleman saying peace and goodbye.